Hello my friends, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here in my channel, welcome. My name is Jen and I love all things color. We talk about makeup, skincare and all things beauty. Today I'm a little nervous and excited at the same time because if you didn't know, if you like I said, if you're new to my channel you probably don't know, but if you watched me for a while you know that I do not really wear makeup bases. Yes, I love highlighter, blushes, eyeshadow, lipsticks, but I don't really wear like a proper makeup base, like a foundation or even concealers. I usually stick with my tinted sunscreens. This is Colorescience's Unforgettable Flex in the shade Deep. I also use I kind of like, it's between tan and deep. I like switch, but yeah, I just stick with that and then set my face and I'm good to go. I don't really dabble with complexion products, but I saw this and this is a contour and highlighter palette. So this little beauty has 12 shades and each pan is this big. So it's like a very large eyeshadow pan, and I was like, I don't know what the draw was for me, to be honest. I don't know what drew me in. I think it was the cream formula. It's a complete 100% cream palette. So I think it was a cream formula, and I love that you get 4 highlighters, and then there are also some kind of a concealer, skin tone products, flesh tone products, and that's all I'm going to say, that can be used every which way you want. So I was like, I don't use any complexion products, and I love that how compact it is. I think the draw was the size of the product and the fact that there are highlighters here and it's a cream product. So I was like, let me just buy it and see what it's all about. So this retails for $85. Of course, very expensive, but complexion products to begin with are expensive, and you are getting 12 products in this beautiful tiny compact. It's not magnetic. It's gonna have to click, and there's a little bit of a button here that you can push and release the lock. No mirror. That's all right, to be honest, because it would make the palette very bulky. Beautiful design. They wasted no space at all. It's such a beautiful compact palette. My hands are small. My gloves are, I would go for a small in gloves, and look how small it is. It kind of like goes above my palm just a little bit there, but it's a very compact. It has weight in it. It's not like super lightweight. Really good. So I didn't tell you what this is called. HD Skin Palette, HD Skin Face Sculpting Palette. So the way they're marketing is contour and highlighting. That's what it's called, to be honest. Contour and highlighting. You are getting how much? You're getting 4 highlighters here. These 4 are highlighters. There's a bronze, gold, champagne, and a pink. That's the one that's white is actually pink. And then there are some flesh tone concealer shades, and this is, I think it's the strange looking one, is more like a contour cool tone shades. I would much prefer something on the warmer side. This you're gonna see a demo, just FYI. I'm gonna play with this palette. That's what's making me nervous, because I don't really, like I said, I don't really know anything about complexion products, and I don't have the proper tools as well because I don't use them, and I'm not big on powder as well. Just so I'm gonna make do with what I have, and just gonna show in a minimalistic way how I would use, somebody who doesn't really spend a lot of time on complexion, how I would use this palette. And I believe I used most of the products except for this, and these 3 are kind of very similar on me, so it's not a big difference, to be honest, but I did use them. I use them on the cheeks, on my face, on the eyelids. That kind of like full finished look that you see on the lids. I used 3 shades from this palette to do my eyes as well. No, you could use like brush or no brush, whatever you want. So yeah, and then we're going to be talking final thoughts right after that. So stick around for that. Before we head over to the demo part of the video, if you love these kinds of videos, demo, swatches, review, definitely consider giving this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? And subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, what are you waiting for? So I'm going to quickly do swatches, and then we'll just delve right in. So this is the lightest shade. So where should I swatch? Maybe on being a complexion product, I thought I'd do it right here, right? Because on the arm is like completely a different color and just like pretty tan. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. So maybe we should just do it here. What do you guys think? But there are 12 shades, so we'll just like do small swatches. So that is the lightest shade. The lightest shade is that. That's how light it is. You know what? Is that a good idea? Because I already have makeup on, I'm going to cover that up. Because you know what? I have already tinted stuff on, and putting that on the skin is not a good idea because it would compromise the shade. You see, I just don't know these things because I just used my complexion shade, this right here, to just like cover it up. I'm just gonna swatch it on my arms. Okay, guys. Just a rookie mistake. What can I say? Okay, because there is no tint here, so we're just gonna do it here. That's the light shade, lightest shade. That's what it looks like. And then the next shade right next to it is this. That's the consistency of the product, just FYI. It's not too thick. I don't think it's too thick. It's not too thin as well. It's not very balmy or anything. Then, like I said, these three shades, I know they look different, but on me they're all the same, to be honest. Even this one is slightly near my complexion. You can see the peachy tones, but if you just like even it out, it really works well. Okay, what next? Oh, this is, you'd see me use this shade, this guy, a lot in the demo part. You're gonna see that. And then the last shade on the dark, on the light side. This one is, yep, that's a really good color, right? So yeah. And then this is that gray toned purple shade. Probably use it for the eyeshadow. That's the only shade I do not like. Then that's the darkest I think flesh tone shade. The darkest flesh tone shade is that. So you can kind of use my skin tone as a reference and see which one would be your perfect color, right? And then we have highlighter shades. Highlighter shades are actually more balmy, I feel, than the flesh tone complexion. They are more, you know, like a concealer type. So that's the bronze shade. The one I swatched is a bronze shade. Then this is the gold one. That's the gold. Then there's a champagne shade. So they all have shimmer, obviously, but they're extremely finely milled. You barely see anything on the skin, to be honest. So that's the champagne shade, the third one. You can see that subtle undertones. Bronze, there's a little bit of brown, reddish brown there, and then this is just gold. And then that's the champagne. And then finally we have, it just looks white, but it is pink. At least on my skin tone, it really like shows pink. Yeah, it looks really white, but even with on the darker, much darker, richer skin tones, you can definitely blend it out. just into the thinnest layer, so it's gonna really pop on your skin without giving you excuse me, without giving you a white cast. Excuse me again. So yeah, those are the shades. So let's quickly head over to the demo part where I'm fumbling around and trying to figure out how to put this on. But yeah, let's see you there. Guys, let's see what this looks like on my skin. I thought I'd do one half of the face with just the product on my skin without any sunscreen, because the sunscreens I use are usually tinted and then they would kind of work double duty along with this, and you won't be able to see the product itself by itself, how it works and kind of covers the blemishes and all those things. So I thought I'll do one side the way I would with sunscreen and then one side without sunscreen. So I'm just gonna go, the brush I thought I'd use is this is just some brush I got from Costco. So it's like smaller, but it's denser and fluffier. So I'd use both finger and hand and brush. So that I use this shade on the lighter side to, that's pretty good, right? I have a lot of blemishes to cover. Thought this is the shade I'd use, and maybe even mix it up with this a little bit. Just go over it. It's a little darker, I think. Right? Like I said before, I have no idea what I'm doing. So just excuse me if I'm doing something crazy. I think I want to stick with this shade. Just like give a coverage, and I could even go in with this and just tap tap tap. And yeah, I know this is like a this would really work as a contour shade, or this is my least favorite shade, this guy. Don't even know what to do with this. It looks very strange, but I could just like contour with this color. I think that's very natural, right? Yeah, it's really good. Also a little bit, I think I would need like a bigger brush to kind of, or just use this. I could use the same brush to give that bronzy, like along the face, the bronzy perimeter, I guess. That's the same color. I think that's a really good color for me. Yeah. Oh, I do have like a little bit of I hate these hyperpigmentation along the laugh lines. And for the side of the corner, the outer corner of the face, of the lips, I'm just gonna use that there. It covered pretty well, to be honest. And also under the chin, a little bit of hyperpigmentation. So for my skin, a concealer like shade, I'm just kind of like carving out where my lip line is. Otherwise my lips look weird. I'm just like, oh, under the eye, right? That's like the best. That's I totally forgot to do that under the eye. So there are skip areas in my face right now, because I don't like to go full on with complexion products and just like coat the entire face. So there are skip areas. There are areas I did not put the concealer product on. I could do even this one, I guess. It's not gonna, yeah. So obviously there are skip areas. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what the product would look like on the face. But usually I would not go out without sunscreen at all, ever. So even at nighttime, I think a tinted sunscreen would give me a little bit of coverage, and I like that they're the Colorescience ones are really good, so I always like incorporate them in my skin tone routine. So yeah, and for highlighter I could go with this. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. That is so strong, but a matte highlighter, I mean, look at that. Matte highlighter, it won't look that, I don't think it looks that crazy at all. It looks not the right shade obviously, but I could mix it in with this shade too to make it look more like skin like, but I do not want to go over with layers and layers of this. And I think this also would be like a great, like a brown blush moment. To bring a little bit of color. What do you guys think of brown blush? I don't know. Obviously I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I just thought that a way to use the colors, you know, it's not like completely like just stay with just this color or this color. I think we can use the different colors as well. So for the eyes, I think you can go with any color you want. I could go for the outer V. I'm just, well, let's not use the entire the big brush on the eyes because that would be a little hard. So you can just build, like, give a little bit of dimension. I just took this darker shade, just put it right there, and also then maybe take this shade or lighter shade, mix both, and just kind of, I do have hyperpigmentation on the lids, so that actually is a good idea, I would say. And I could use any of these lighter shades, any one of them, as a brow bone highlighter. I think I'm just gonna use that. And my brows are already done, by the way, so yeah, I think that really brightened my eyes. Don't you guys think? And just putting the entire thing, you could just use like a brush, an eyeshadow brush, to like pat. I'm just gonna use an eyeshadow brush to just like pat. That's it. And I could use this shade, the white shade, or the one right next to it as a highlight, as an inner corner highlighter. That is such a great brightening effect, don't you guys think? It's really good. It's a great brightening effect. So yeah, that is just one side with no sunscreen on, just on my just with skincare on, right? So obviously there are skip areas, and yeah. Oh, I thought I'd also use this highlighter, any one of the highlighters. I did use a stark white, so I thought I could go with like a darker highlighter, like such as this. There you go. Incredibly natural, guys, incredibly natural. I really thought that there might be like a blush toned brown, but I don't really see. Maybe this one. I was really trying to create that blushy brown color, but there are no blush tone browns at all, to be honest. So I wish there were. So yeah. So you could definitely use a lighter shade and also put a darker highlighter over it. So yeah, that's what it is. I thought I'd just like put a little bit of contour. So you definitely would have to dip into another palette to create like a blushed look. Just FYI, there are no like blushy toned and nothing here. So I'm gonna quickly put on my sunscreen. I'm using Colorescience's Flex. Oh, look at that. I've used it like crazy. In the shade Deep. So this is a tinted one, so I know it looks white, but it is a tinted one. You'd see what you see. There you go. It gives a good, it gives really good coverage, the flex. And also gives a good like color, like a bronzy color to my skin. I love it. You can see why I would hate to go out of my house, leave the house without Colorescience sunscreens, the tinted sunscreen. Look at that beautiful like glow it gives to the face. But as you can see, it doesn't really cover any hyperpigmentations or anything. It just evens out your skin tone, to be honest. That's basically what it does. Love, love, love them forever. And then I would, I guess, just go with a highlighter. I think I'm gonna go with the pink, the very baby pink one. Which is, look at that, it blends beautifully into the skin. God, beautiful, right? And I guess use, do a little bit of contouring. Okay. I'm using this shade, the shade that was like a little bit darker than my complexion. This is, I think this is like a clean cut contour. If you use a brush and just like kind of fill in the space, it just adds a little bit of color and also gives like a very soft contour. What do you guys think? I'm just like experimenting, just FYI. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not following any rules or anything like that. I'm kind of like, there's barely anything left. I'm just bringing it a little bit here. Yeah. I think I would like to do the same thing what I did for the eyes, because it really evened out my eyelid, and you can see I have so much pigmentation going on. I could go even with a darker shade. I'm just gonna go in with the darker shade, just like I would do my eyeshadow. To be honest, I'm doing the same thing, just to create a little bit of contour and definition. That looks really good, guys. That little bit of this dark brown shade right there looks so good. It brings so much warmth. I don't know what happened here. I think it just blended off, blended away with the other shades. But really, look at that. It gives so much warmth and so beautiful. I could just put this whole thing all over my lid, but I'm gonna like take this shade right here and put it all over my lid. There we go. I'm gonna touch up a little bit more. Just give it a little bit of warmth, and that is it. I think really contouring your eyes, the outer V, and then putting a slightly lighter color in the lid, and then also then going in with a darker, much lighter color, such as this maybe, or this, and just putting it in the inner corner really brightens your look. Look at that. Really, it's like I have a special flashlight in the inner corner of my eyes. It looks really good. I guess on top of this, you can obviously go with, there is a blemish right there. I think this is slightly lighter than the deep shade, so I'm gonna go in with this shade. The shade that I was using on my just natural untinted skin was this shade, but my sunscreen is slightly darker, so I'm gonna go in with this shade, the darker shade. Yeah, that's much better. I think that really matches. Yeah, my sunscreen is slightly darker, so I'm gonna go with a slightly one shade darker shade. I think that is it. That's kind of what I played around with when I got this product, and honestly, the most time I played around with was in the car, because this was so incredibly easy to just get ready in the car with the most natural makeup. I do need to put on mascara, so I'm gonna put on some blush and mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I went ahead and just like put my sunscreen on both sides because this side was a little bit beautiful with color and this side was well concealed and everything, but it was just like a little flat. So I put sunscreen on this side, and also I used my Sephora's Clean Velvet Blush Palette. It's such a great product. So I used this particular shade. That faint flush color is the terracotta beautiful shade. That's what I got. And the highlighter is just from this palette. I used I wanted to even out the look on both sides, so I have went ahead and I used the gold this time. Last time I used the bronze one, the brown one. This time I went ahead and used the gold one. That's the color that you see. Isn't it stunning? The highlighter is so pretty, right? It's like marble. My skin looks like marble. And that is it. And of course I went ahead and used the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder as a finishing powder, and we are done. And I thought that a nice clean look deserves a red lip. So I used a Lisa Eldridge, this brand. This lipstick is what I've been using, this brand. This is in the shade Velvet Jazz, a nice rich dark red lip. All right, that's basically my look in a gist. And let's talk about the palette. I have to say, like I said earlier, all the time I played around with this palette was when I was in the car, and of course my husband was driving but I was in the car and I had already had sunscreen on. I just needed light spots that needed touch up, and I just touched up everything and I was good. I didn't even set my face with powder. I'm not a big powder person, so now I've set my face with powder. It's like a full complete look. But if I were to just casually going out for a stroll, just like weekend with the family, I probably would not set this with powder, and it doesn't matter because it's really good. It just melts into the skin and feels so skin light. And honestly, there's no learning phase with this product. I can attest to that because I'm someone who does not dabble really in complexion products at all. Like I said, I don't use concealer or any kind of makeup base, to be honest. And like I said, I'm not huge on powders as well. So I'm just like, when it comes to complexion, it's like one and done. That's why I always stick with my sunscreen tinted sunscreens, like one and done, and I could just go about my day. But this is just like those extra things on days I don't wear eyeshadow. I love this on the eyes. Look at that. It's obviously I can see tiny little bit of creasing because I don't have any eye primer or anything like that, but it just to look at the face, it gives like a very clean. I love to use these I'm sorry, I'm just interrupting myself. I'm not even finishing sentences because I'm so excited about this palette. I did not even think I could be excited about a complexion product like this. And these lighter shades as inner corner highlighter, it's like so stunning. The quality of the creams themselves are so incredibly awesome. I am in love with this palette. I cannot tell you how much I'm in love with this palette. Really like it. And just on the go, very quick put together look. Obviously, if you want a very put together look, you're gonna have to carry, a powder of some sort. My only gripe is it does not have any blush in it, or I don't have the makeup the knowledge to kind of put these colors together and come up with a blush. I don't know, maybe I should play around a little bit. If you guys think that I could potentially use any of these shades as blush, let me know down below. But there are no names, so it's very hard for you to communicate that to me as well. So I'm just saying, maybe I'll just play around. But the only thing is there is no blush toned shades here, and that kind of is it's not a deal breaker obviously, because on a regular everyday I don't wear blush. Like I said, just tinted sunscreen and I am done. So yeah, all in all, it's a great product. I totally recommend this. for somebody who does not dabble in complexion products, if I enjoy this much, for somebody, people who wear complexion products on the regular, who have more experience with this, I think you'd really find this useful. The only shade I did not like at all is this. I didn't like the way it looked on my skin. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This gray, purple gray shade. Probably gonna use it as to cover my lids, or not like go too up high up there, because it's a very strange color. It does not look good on me at all. So otherwise everything is amazing. The packaging, 10 out of 10. How do they manage to stuff 12 decent shaped sized pans, and they wasted no space, and the packaging sturdy? Of course, I would love a mirror, but I'm not complaining because I don't want this to be bulky. I love the, and this is color coded on the side as well. So if this side is on the lighter side, this is the darker side. So yeah. Only problem I would say is it doesn't have blush tone colors, but gonna have to kind of research and see what I can come up if there's something that can be done. So yeah, all in all, 10 out of 10 for this product. I definitely recommend. Let me know down below if you're planning to get this or not, if you already have it, if you're using it, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.